Winter is coming.
Hi guys, it's Kat and I'm back because what was will be again. So let's talk about what's going to happen to Bran. Bran is all worked out, or whatever you want to call it. He was in the tree with Bloodraven, and suddenly things were going bad voodoo, and Bloodraven said, "It's time for you to become me." And if you watch my other video, I said that Bran was not Bloodraven. I know. Well, how could it be? How could Bran become Bloodraven if Bran was not Bloodraven? Well, because in reality, it's the tree of all knowledge. So go back and see that, and he just passed a crap load of knowledge on to Bran. So he is the all-knowing. He has all the information. And where are they heading right now? To the wall. And I think a lot of people have already guessed that the Night's King has marked Bran somehow. So when Bran passes through the wall with knowledge in his brain, it will break the wall. It will break the spell on the wall. They'll still have to go through the gates and try to climb over or whatever it is that they're going to do. And I think there's something to be said about how that's going to go down. But so Bran is going to go through the wall. And why does Bran have to go through the wall? He has to, because he has the knowledge. He has the knowledge not only of how the others were made, but he has the knowledge about how to destroy the others. Plus, he has a lot of other knowledge. And based on the concept of Ragnarok, I'm going to keep referring to this, but Ragnarok is the coming of a new age. It's not just the twilight of the gods, but it is the coming of a new age. And it also goes along with Greek mythology. So Athena was the daughter of Zeus and Meta. And Meta was the goddess of thinking, and Athena pops out of Zeus's head, and she's the goddess of knowledge. Zeus had received a prophecy saying that a child of his and Meta would be the downfall of the gods. And there you go. So knowledge destroys the gods. And that is why Bran has to come through the wall, because he has the knowledge. And so for the new age of Westeros to occur, knowledge has to break free. He's going to rend the veil. He's going to rend the veil between the sacred and the mundane. He's going to be Prometheus with fire, et cetera, et cetera. So he will know things like dragon glass. So we know that they're going to need dragon glass to kill all these others. Because sure, Azor Ahai, and I'll talk about that another time, but Azor Ahai with the light sword can break the ice weapons, etc. But there's going to be hundreds of thousands of White Walkers coming down through the wall. And there's no way a single dude Azor Ahai would be able to kill all of them. Think about Jon Snow in the battle at Hardhome. All right? They're going to need a ton of weapons. And they need to be made out of dragon glass. So all the folks that are going to be the common folks in the army that's going to go after them are going to need dragon glass. And how do you get dragon glass? Where is it? How is it made? That's in Bran's head. That's in Bran's head. So that's why Bran has to go through the wall. And yes, that means Bran's going to wake up. I saw some theories out there that Bran's just going to be like blank. Sure, he could do things like with the messenger or whatever, but he's got to share his knowledge. And, how is he going to do that? Dreams aren't very reliable. See my other video about Bloodraven and Bran and the tree and sending messages to people through their dreams. Well, people don't understand all their dreams, so dreams aren't very reliable. So Bran will have to physically be telling somebody, this information about how to create these weapons. Okay, so and one of the things that needs to happen. In one video, I said Bran's the blacksmith. I actually said that twice. So myth and legend, our real myth and legend, Wayland was the blacksmith. He was a fantastical blacksmith. He made the best weapons, the sharpest and strongest. Everybody wanted one. A king captured him, slaughtered his family, and to keep Waylon there, what did he do? He slashed his Achilles tendon so he couldn't leave, and he had to hobble around the forge on some crutches. And if you go read the story, the last sword that Waylon made, that was the strongest ever, I believe, in one legend, he stabbed the king's daughter through the heart. She wanted to marry him, and he basically, while it was burning hot. And yeah, then he killed the king. Anyway, so that's Waylon, one blacksmith. And another famous blacksmith in mythology is, of course, Hephaestus and or Vulcan. That depends on if you like the Greco or Roman version of those mythological gods. And he was the god of the forge, and he too made fantastical weapons and other machines. He actually made automatons and things of that nature. And guess what? He was crippled. So I kind of think this is going to go that way. If he's not the smith directly, he has to get with the blacksmith to make some more Valyrian steel weapons, because in the beginning, when Ned went down to King's Landing and he was walking around looking for, Robert Baratheon's bastards, he went to a blacksmith, and he was the only tradesman who had retained the knowledge on how to make Valyrian steel. And guess what the Valyrian steel swords are? They're the Lightbringer, but it might need some additional things. But we saw John at Hardhome with his Valyrian steel sword Longclaw, and it smashed the weapon of the one of the commanders of the others, and he killed him with it. He didn't need dragon glass. So we're going to need a crap load of those Valyrian swords. Now, maybe there's a bunch of Valyrian swords out there. Every house has a Valyrian sword, right? Or every major house has a Valyrian sword. So we can expect, I believe, that every major house with a Valyrian sword, at the end when there's to be this epic battle, one person will come out of each house with this sword. So think about that. Who's going to have the sword of each of these houses? Somebody has to come out of Dorne with the sword of the morning, or Dawn, the sword that belonged to the sword of the morning, right? So somebody, somewhere. So think about that for a second. So that's what I think about Bran. Yes, he's waking up. Yes, he's bringing knowledge through the wall. Knowledge is coming. Shout out to the Game of Thrones Academy guys. And it's going to bring a new age, plus, the doom. Have a good one. Thanks for listening. Talk to you guys later. Bye.